I think it is actually kind of easy to bridge this partisan divide because I think there's a way out if both the sides concess a little bit. So let's just think about what they're thinking. So for the conservatives, for the government, they're trying to cut down the budget because it has been a great pain, a great expenditure, and then it costs a lot of money. And they feel that they should probably cut down the budget a little bit because, there aren't that many poor people as there were before, right? That's definitely true. And then for the liberal, for the individuals, for the food pantries, for the public schools, they want to keep things that it is, or not if not increase the budget because apparently they do want to help with the poor people. Well, I would say that it is definitely true that there are less poor people than there were before because both Mr. Julius and Mrs. Bentley mentioned that there are less and less people in the communities right now. There's still a lot of people who needs help, but there are a lot of less people in these poor communities, right? And then, so I think budget cut is definitely something that could be achieved, but how should we achieve it? Well, I think first you should not cut the budget at a such fast rate because President Trump is usually just coming up and saying, "Hey guys, we're just going to cut 30% off from the budget cut." That's not very cool because we don't know what's going to happen if you really cut that much. So it should be taken gradually and slowly, and I think the better way to solve this problem is to find out what are the people that actually need help. Like this is also mentioned by Mrs. Bentley mostly, that she said a lot of people come here to get food just because they're easily accessible. They just take it and then they waste it. Well, there are definitely a lot of people who are actually in desperate help for this food, but there are definitely a huge portion of the population that doesn't need food but just take advantage from it. If the government and the food pantries could work together to find out what other people actually need help and then directly funnel the food, the money to those who need help, then I think it'll definitely cut the budget while making sure that everyone receiving the help they need. And Mrs. Bentley mentioned that they're using computerized system already, so they could definitely put records of that person into the computer and know if they actually need help or if they're just coming to take the advantage. And by doing this in general, they could help maximum poor people, and then the government doesn't have to spend that much money. And then over the meal counts, NOSIX, whatever, and then all the more foundation would be solved. People would be taken care of, and then the rich people doesn't have to hand out their money to the poor people as well because it's more directed, it's more specific, and more funneled directly into. So I think that's probably the best solution I would come up with to bridge the partisan divide.